Everybody mess around. Hold yourself now. Stop. Mess around. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, little girl, you standing there with the red dress on. Back right up here at this piano where Mr. Pine Top is. That's right, face the audience. Now when I tell you to hold yourself, you get ready to stop. You hear? And when I say stop, don't you move a peg. And when I say get it, I want you to shake that thing. Hold yourself now. Stop. Shake that thing. That's what I'm talking about. Now I'm gonna pick the piano.
Welcome to Driven by Me and this is, and tonight we will continue where we left. Not really where we left, because I did some more in the French live stream. So let's open it. So I didn't want to show almost nothing to the French live stream, so I did everything needed instead. So there was an issue at the end with the rectangles there. Let's do an iteration, the daily iteration. Okay, I will show you the usual thing that it does that I want to prevent is this. You see the shape there are getting stretched until it reach the edge or the ear, and you see here it stretches. We want to avoid this, and to avoid this it's simple. It's the shapes of the polygons there. You see it follows the square, the rectangle. We need to square them as much as possible. So what we could do is delete every rectangle-ish and redo them. We could try to duplicate this. And put the duplicate in there and use it as a skin wrap. Let's see if it's not as worse as the bust, because the bust doesn't have hole for the ear, nor does it have hole for the nose, so it blocks them. This isn't horrible. It should be a simpler than that. It should be a square, but as long as I can sculpt, I guess that's fine. We will work the rectangle first. Can I do a skin wrap now without breaking anything? Let's bring this down, or even delete it. Quick! Squeak! Is my voice loud enough compared to the music? No one is saying anything about. No one in the chat. No one in the comments. Okay. Let's skin wrapper, the skin walker, but they are the skin wrapper. Doesn't seem to break anything. So yeah, we'll guess those would squish the because they are rectangles. Let's see if they do. Okay, it doesn't want me to go to the layout. My doggy is still frustrated. Okay, it does it a bit there, not there. It seems to do it there. Let's see. Yeah, there, but not there. Okay, that's what I thought. Do it, it does it there. So it would need either removing the line there or adding line here. But we have enough line here. We don't. We have too much line here. I would guess those rectangles too, or would do something not fine. Yes, you can see it stretches. We want to avoid this, but it seems to lack resolution here compared to, let's say, the ears. You see the resolution is really fine compared to this. We want to match the resolution as much as possible, even though it's not that big of a problem because we are just doing the iris. We would try to match this resolution. Let's start. This would need to become at what point? At what point does it start being problematic? I would say here is not so problematic. But here it seems to start being problematic in this section. So maybe we could there is no way to tell except by going there. It's here. Even there, all this part. So even though I think when it starts to be problematic is this rectangle is almost fine, but then it becomes too rectangle-ish. Let's take the more as much as we can. Like, let's take the most possible range and delete them. Doggy is not happy behind me. No, it's not behind, he's on top of me. He's not happy. He's yapping at other dogs again every day. Every day. All the days. Skin wrap. The skin wrapper. Pop out the skin wrapper. I don't need the mirror that much. Control S. Extrude with the E. And then we can I think the skin wrap does the job, but Tommy, no, the skin wrapper. It always makes me think of Skin Crawler. I think it was an old movie about extraterrestrial invading people, taking people, body snatchers. Another old movie, the same. And I think there was a Skin Walker, but I don't remember. Skin Walker movie. Skin Walker. Oh no, it's a legend. It's a Navajo legend. Folklore. People. Oh, there's a movie in 2006 with 4,000 years they have lived, feeding on our flesh. Yeah, I guess I've seen this movie at one time. It seems like a B series, really cheap movie. But it's a myth for Navajo myth from the Native American myths. My chat doesn't work today. I have to open both Twitch and YouTube to see the chat. So to avoid rectangles, we will try to cut this in parts like that. Cut it in smaller parts, just like that. This really needs redone too. I could use it to my advantage, so I don't need this to go up there like that, and I don't need this like that. Faces. At least I don't need this, and I don't need this in triangle so much. I'm not sure. Yeah, this part is horrible. Who's writing, you know? Yeah. No. His faces. The triangle here. What else? This part. Okay, the triangle. There. Can we use it to our advantage? Maybe. Let's start with this at least before going too much into it, because there's a lot of triangle there we need to correct. We might not need to correct, because if they don't do troubles, it's fine, and we will check later or right now. I don't think the triangle, yeah, they do a bit like this one. You can see them a bit when I move. They do a bit of a problem, I guess. If they are right, the one I think, let's see. I think it's this one, but this one can be cut. I think this 4 triangle does makes an issue. We need to maybe redo the topology. I want to keep the Y shape. Let's do this after this one. How can we keep this simple but effective? Not used to this new keyboard. The important thing here is to not make rectangles. Maybe we need to start like this. We'll create weird thing there. We should use the shape of the polygon flow to our advantage. Like the cheekbone, we can keep the cheekbone. Yeah, at least the first row. Oops. The second row too. Keep it small, make it smaller. Follow the shape of the cheekbone. Cheekbone. So we can keep the cheekbone a bit. Maybe even I don't want to. We'll try. We will see. It's only by trying that we can know if it's a good idea. And that's how you develop experience, by making mistakes. Of course, this one needs to go down, and this one. What was that? It's the compost. Need to bring the compost in or out. Compost. I think it's the compost out. It's a really weird pattern, but at least we might correct the stretch we saw. I don't know about that. Little doggy in the prairie, still angry at other doggos. The dog is making some sound patterns, and I like to try to mimic like like a melody. Let's see soon how it comes out. Doggy, you can stop yapping. I don't like I would do the sacrifice of bringing this together. No. Yeah, what is going on? Like this. Yeah, we might not need to look at this silhouette. It's wrong. We can correct it eventually. Just test how it come out now. I think we don't have skin wrap, it seems. It's a bit weird. It's not consistent. Like we see, it follows different pattern, different shape, and then it becomes really high res there. One solution is to pump this up real high until it doesn't do that anymore, but the computer is rushing. But it's not that bad. It's less bad than it was. Less worse than what it was. The thing is, we could break it down with the special tools. The skin wraps is horrible. There are tools in the sculpt that would break this down, but we will lose the ability to use the multi-res. Let's take a look again. What is wrong with this? It doesn't. Let's try to simplify it to see if it can get better. Have a Shift S if you wonder what is going on. Control plus Shift S. Shift S is I assigned it to smooth there by right clicking, assign shortcuts, Shift S. It smooths. Smoothy smooth. Okay. Now I can remove this. I could. I don't know if it would get worse, but the only way to know is to try. Many people forget about that, and they don't want people to try. They make the mistake of keeping people from trying and learning. Is it the skin rat who does this horrible shape? Maybe I need to redo the subdivision there. I will delete higher. What's that? What's that, brother? Ooh, brother. What's that? Okay, it does seems to have an influence. Ooh, brother. What's that? Oh. Okay, let's continue with this subdivision. So nothing in the pockets, nothing in my sleeve. Subdivide. Now it will skin wrap to the low res, which would be weird. It skin wrap around every subdivision of the low res. It's way less, it's way better than. We have some kind of blurry parts, but that's not so bad now. It's way less intense. So we can see the definition is way much higher on the ears. What is my level is 4. Let's try 5. I hope it won't crash my compute. I don't want it to show like that. Okay, I might crash. Be ready to see me go away into the oblivion. Sculpt, where are you, Sculpt? Oh, I think I need to activate it. But not in viewport. Just in Sculpt. And now, wow, look at this. So if you have trouble with it, you can pump it up with real high. Will be slower, but you have this now. Can we go from there? I think yes. I think we have. I think it solves any kind of. To pump it up to 5, it might solve every kind of stretch, as you can see. I'm tired of a bit of playing with that topology thing. So what I would do is to do the next step. Go to towards the next step, which is doing the actual high-res. And to do this, we want to avoid mirror, and then because of that we need to delete this. We need to can we survive without applying this? Yes, it seems. There are still some correction before going on. Like the lobe, the earlobe there loses some beef. We might want to control the flow there by joining this like that. See, but it's not that. It's problematic because if I do this, the join, which is GJ, it could be influencing the multi-res a bit. Let's do the last top shot. There is supposed to be like a plateau in there, like a profound plateau. Something remarkable, something that's more evidently a plateau. Something that's more apparently a plateau in the bottom of the ear. The Y shapes should pop out more than that, like this. To pop it out, how can we do this? Something like that. Used a bit of J.J. Abrams. Gigi. I always forget English is the reverse of French about the J. The G and the J. Never forget the G and the J. Never forget. There is usually more thing going on inside the ear. And this is usually thick, not always, but sometimes thick. What's going on there? Control S. So there is no multi-res. Okay. Let's see if I can go at the next step now. So before going to the next step, I would save as 54 and then apply this mirror. Now I can have, oh, what's that? Oh, brother, what's that? Oh, brother, what's that? What's that, brother? No. Connection. It's too large. It looks too large. What? Yeah, no, forget about it. unforgettable. Never forget. And then Shift S, Control plus, Shift S, Control plus, Shift S, Shift S. You brother. Okay, that's fine. Let's do the next step. I will redo another iteration just to be safe. I'm a bit paranoiac. No, I'm just kidding. If it's in case if I go back and then I forget that I moved this pop out, and then I start working on the non pop out. So it's still there, but I will live with it, I guess. I can correct it by end after this one. Now, yeah, I see some hole there, there. So you can see it doesn't. The merge was too large, maybe too small, not large enough. Let's try this. Sometimes it's too, yeah. Now it's too large, like 10 centimeter. Oh, 100 centimeter. I'm bad at math. When I'm rusty. Okay, there's a little hole there, and then if you a solution, like a real fight, a good roll, the best one, it would be to put it back there, go and select all the vertices, really fast way to do this is to do all that. It's to go modeling vertices, select by threads, non-manifold, control, select everything there, go in wireframe. Oh, there's a hole there in the head, and then select those. All the one that will accept it, and then scale in the X at 0, enter. And now if you look, you see it's all aligned, and the one we're not. And then we can move this and snap it to the grid, I guess. You see it's not completely on the blue line. Can we snap to the grid? Like this, not to the grid increment. Let's see. Yes, it seems to work. And then could like at least remove 1, 0 or 2, and then apply this, and layout. And now it's I would guess it's perfect. Let's check with the non-manifold thingy. Bring select out backlit non-manifold. Now everything there is supposed to be non-manifold, but the hole there is not anymore. I wonder why. It wasn't a hole. The mouth interior is pointy, which is weird. Now this would need to be corrected symmetrically. Symmetrically. Why can't it go down? We could do with the brush. How the eyes is going now? Have we lost something? Yeah, we will need some adjustment before going further. Let's do the top notch. Why do I forget this word? Top notch. So some adjustment before going. Now there's a gap there. I don't like it. In this situation, I prefer the global. I would tend to prefer that to be closer to the eyes. It's because of the smooth, the multi-res. It makes it rounder. Out. I don't want shadows there. Oh, I need to get rid of this. Now I want this more to squarey. squarish shape. Or like this. Give it space a bit. When we do the teeth, we need space. As above, so below. Give it space, but not too much, but just imagine just the teeth that goes into the side of the mouth. Like just almost at the thickness of the cheek. Not too much because it might go through if you animate when you will animate. So not too much. Other dog again. She's really angry. Really angry. You can't hear her because my microphone is set to hide every sound, outside sound. You might hear her a bit when I talk because the sound my voice activate the microphone, so when I speak you might catch the sound of the dog, but she stopped now. Oh. Control S, everyone, before going further down the hole. I lost a bit my this. Yeah. Okay. PG doesn't want to work. Too bad for him. Oh, it's because of this. GG. Still needs medical attention there with this symmetry. I think cost nothing to repair it. Snap. Okay, save. What? Okay, now let's get serious. We can start being serious. That would be this, and then adding subdivision up to at least 5. But I would say don't do this. First, go 1 iteration and sculpt from there. Now we will do this. Is this would be fine. This would be perfect to almost perfect. Yeah, perfect to, except for this line there and few other things. Line there, the ears we could make it better, but for the rest, correcting the line, the symmetry line there. For the rest, we could use this to bake, because it's the character is I have blank. Stylized character. It's not realistic, but I will continue it tomorrow as if it was realistic with pores and everything. But this would we just need to correct this line. Maybe tomorrow I will correct the line, and afterward I will use it to make it a realistic stylized character that would be weird, but just for the fun. So Ctrl S, and that would be it for today. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.